shade did they say I was in?
It's wonderful to talk to you today. This is my first video for December, so I hope everybody is doing wonderful and you're getting ready for Christmas and shopping around and not being too stressed out. I wanted to give a great big shout out and thank you to Sharon Capehart for making this week so wonderful for me. I was one of the 5 winners who won her giveaway, a $100 gift certificate to Sephora. So, you know, at first I felt so guilty that I had all that generosity heaped upon me. But then once I got into the store and started looking around, oh, I was like a kid in a candy store. I had so much fun. And, you know, so many times on YouTube I see, you know, you very talented women demonstrate these wonderful palettes and these foundations, and I've never actually got to see them in person, and so I was really excited. I've never had a high-end foundation. I've never had a high-end eyeshadow palette, so those two things were my 2 objectives. So I went in there and they hooked me up to this little machine, and they got the type of skin tone I was, and they brought me 2 foundations. One was NARS and the other one was Makeup Forever HD, and the one that I really loved was the Makeup HD, the Makeup Forever HD. Absolutely wonderful. I just loved it. When I looked in the mirror, it just gave me such a nice soft look. So she did one side of my face with the NARS foundation and the other side of my face with the Makeup Forever HD foundation, and it wasn't even close. The HD foundation was so pretty. I just loved it. It gave me a nice soft dewy look, so I couldn't have been more pleased with it. So I brought it home. Wonderful, wonderful makeup. It is actually designed for people who are in front of the camera a lot, or who are taking a lot of pictures, or who work in television. So it is sort of like, you know how I like my Revlon Photo Ready makeup, because it does look so nice on camera, but the thing is it doesn't really look that nice in person. I think this looks nice on camera and in photographs especially, but it also looks nice in real life because it feels like your skin. You can breathe and it looks very natural, and the feel of it, it's like you aren't even wearing makeup. So today is the first day that I've ever worn it, so this is just my first impression. But the Makeup Forever HD, oh, my first high-end foundation. I am on cloud 9 and I am loving it. My second objective was to get a very high-end, beautiful eyeshadow palette. I don't own any. So I thought, well, you know, I love the very pink and white feminine packaging of so many things, and they just take me away to another place, probably Barbie doll land. But in the end, I chose the Kat Von D, and I'm probably saying that wrong. I did choose her Shadow and Light palette, and I know everybody has this palette, and everybody loves this palette, and I believe this palette is probably going to be on everybody's favorites like forever and ever. But I was really impressed because it had like 3 quads. One was neutral, one was cool, and one is very warm. So I thought, well, you know, there's a lot of things I can do with this palette. A lot of things that I've wanted to try, and I just really didn't have the matte shadows to do that with. And I love it that they're all mattes and they're all beautiful. And you know, I'm going to keep working with it. And I was thinking, you know, that Kat Von D actually might contact me and pay me not to use their product. but I really had fun with it today. Today was my very first day with the palette, and I really didn't have a chance to play with it too much. But, you know, I make a lot of mistakes, and what I did notice is the shadows were so creamy, and I make a lot of mistakes, and so I could just sort of blend out my mistakes. And so this palette just, it makes me so excited because there are so many things I want to learn about contouring and shading and shadow and blending, and I think this is the kind of palette I could only dream of especially being all matte, very pigmented. And yet, even though it's pigmented, I can still kind of move it around and repair maybe some mistakes. So this was so much fun, and I am so happy to have it. So thank you, Sharon, so much. The last thing I got is I wanted to try a primer because I do have oily skin and I do have to touch up my makeup every 2 hours. No matter what makeup I have on, I have to touch it up. That's just the way it goes. That's the way it's always been because, you know, I have oily skin. Even at my age, I have oily skin. So I got a primer, POREfessional, and the reason that I got the POREfessional primer is because of YouTube. I have seen so many beautiful women hold this up and say, this is the best primer I ever used. It helps me diminish pores and lines and wrinkles. So I did use that. I did use this today, and I can say the one thing that I notice about it most of all is that my face does look drier, and it feels drier, and it feels like maybe I wouldn't actually have to touch it up for 8 hours. Is that possible? I don't know. Well, this is my first day with it, but boy, what fun. So I love all three. I don't know what you all are going to think about the 3 products that I picked out, but I am just so proud and happy. I've never had high-end makeup before, so this was really, really fun. I wanted to say a few things about the rosehip oil that I love so much. I was talking to a dermatologist this week, and he gave me a little tip about the rosehip seed oil that I wanted to pass on to you. And he said, make sure that you're not taking the rosehip oil, you know, like a couple drops in your hand and then patting it on your face. He said, don't do that. That it's too concentrated and that it's too much of a shock to your skin. He said, go ahead and take like a drop and a half and add it to your moisturizer or your serum in the morning and at night, and use it that way. Mix it together and then pat it on and use it that way. So I thought that was kind of a nifty little trick that I have started to use, and I know that a few of you out there, Michelle and Patty, Rockstar Mom, had both mentioned to me that you thought you were having a few breakouts from the rosehip seed oil, and I did mention that to my dermatologist, and that's when he told me that little trick about don't put it raw on your face. So I thought I would pass that little tip on to you and everybody else. So anyway, it is December. I hope everybody is staying calm, cool, and collected. I hope everybody is organized and knows what gifts they have left to buy. Oh, I love Christmas. I really do. It's a very emotional time of year, but it's a beautiful time of year for me. So I appreciate so much that you spent this time with me today. It means so much. I love your comments so much. I love it that you come back in the middle of the week and let me know how you're doing and give me an update. So I want you to have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful new week, and then I want you to come back and see me, okay? Okay. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.
Another Christmas is upon me. I think of all the Christmases past. I've made my peace with most of it. My mother used to tell me, never walk away from a man on broken legs. Make sure your legs are strong, for you'll have to walk a very long way by yourself. Tall trees in Georgia that grow so high. The sweetest love I ever had I left aside because I did not want to be any man's bride. But now I'm older, and married I would be. I found my sweetheart, but he would not marry me. When I was younger, the boys all came around, but now I'm older, and they've all settled down. Control your mind, my girl, and give your heart to one. For if you love all men, you'll surely be left with none. Tall trees in Georgia, they grow so high. They shade me so and sadly walking. Through the thicket go I.